details of these people's lives are tatted into a lacework of pride and secrecy, bad decisions and dumb luck, willed faith and misplaced trust. This quote comes from a 2016 review by Adam Feldman for Time Out. Today I'm going to discuss the three primary themes of Stephen Karam's play, The Humans. To prepare for this speech, I read and annotated the play for thematic elements, as well as researched a number of reviews which mentioned the play's themes. Today, the themes we will be discussing from The Humans are family, financial struggles, and fear, as well as the universality of all three. To begin, let's examine the Blake's family dynamic and the related theme. My first piece of evidence comes from a 2016 review for Variety by Marilyn Stasio. Karam has taken a great care to show us that the members of this family truly love one another. And is there a more powerful force than that? I chose this quote because it emphasizes the power of family and familial love, and its presence in the play. My second piece of evidence comes from a review for the Los Angeles Times in 2018 by Charles McNulty. He says, "The setup may sound yawningly familiar, but the playwright captures contemporary American domestic life in such wincingly accurate detail that something at once eternal and urgently of the moment is achieved." Several of the plays we've examined this semester have dealt with the American family as a concept, and the prevalence of this theme in so many successful dramatic works in recent history emphasizes its universality in our modern world. My third piece of evidence comes from the play itself. In The Humans, Amy says this about family as a comfort after the difficult year she's had. "I'm thankful for what's right, okay? I love that in times like this I have a home base, a family I can always come home to. Thanks for giving us that." Family means a lot to each of these characters, and this quote emphasizes the necessary hope and comfort that family provides. When thinking about family as a theme in The Humans, consider this question. How do familial relations define these characters' identities? Moving away from this theme, let's dive into the next, financial struggles. My first piece of evidence for this theme comes from a 2015 New York Times review by Charles Isherwood. "These could be people we all know, a family with strong bonds, small subterranean resentments, and the kind of troubles tearing at the fabric of the American middle class, which is to say, money problems." I chose this quote because it speaks to the universality of this play, and one unifying theme which connects them to the rest of the middle class, money. My second piece of evidence comes from Chris Jones's 2018 review for the Chicago Tribune. In this play, Karam deals with many of the issues facing Americans today: an elderly relative with Alzheimer's disease, the difficulty of acquiring full employment, the struggle of retirement without any savings, professional disappointment, the agony of upsetting those you love through your own bad behavior, and the feeling of being let down. Once again, this quote highlights the relatability of this story and emphasizes several points related to money, which elevate that universality. My third piece of evidence comes from the play. Eric, expressing what we all feel sometimes, says, "Don't you think it should cost less to be alive?" Richard immediately agrees with this sentiment, and so does the audience. This is a thought shared by a majority of Americans these days, and emphasizes the universality of financial struggles in modern life. When considering the theme of financial difficulties in The Humans, think about these questions. In what ways is money a unifying topic for these characters, and how does it influence their relationships? Let's transition to our third and final theme, fear. My first piece of evidence comes from Maureen Lee Lanker's 2018 review for Entertainment Weekly. Karam's play is a study of the things that go bump in the night: our fear of poverty, infidelity, illness, and the slow death of the middle class. I chose this quote because while fear is not a theme that might jump out to you within this play, it is readily apparent when you examine it. My second piece of evidence comes from a 2016 review for USA Today by Alyssa Gardner. It could certainly be argued that this home is haunted, but not by the usual suspects that pop up in horror flicks and scary campfire tales. As the Blakes gather for Thanksgiving dinner, along with Bridget's boyfriend and housemate, they are set upon, slowly but steadily, by frustrated and forsaken dreams and failed expectations. While not a traditional horror story, this play still examines fear as it exists in our day-to-day lives, which is something we can all relate to. Who hasn't been afraid? My third piece of evidence comes from the play itself. Richard's fascination with Quasar emphasizes our universally morbid fixation on fear. The horror stories for the monsters are all about humans, he says. I think that this is a commentary on the fact that we as humans create a lot of the circumstances which scare us, and that to be human is to be both fearful and feared. As you think about fear in the humans, consider this question. In what ways has fear defined these characters' life paths? In conclusion, today we've examined three prominent themes in Stephen Karam's play, The Humans. Those themes included family, financial struggles, and fear. I hope that you have come to better understand not only the themes present in The Humans, but also how their presence elevates the universality of the play as a whole. I will leave you with this quote from a 2018 Theater Mania review by Jonas Schwartz. The Humans is a provocative study of the ordinariness of the human condition that dramatizes how even in the minutest stressors can crash down on one's world. Thank you.